Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Tarot. This is the Daily Tarot for Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. We're going to take a look at a few cards and we're going to get an idea of what we need to know for the day, for the energy of the day. And if you want to look at this later in the day, you can use these cards and this reading as a way to kind of check in with your experiences from the day and meditate on that, gain some reflection. The whole idea is to gain some insight and wisdom as to how best we can move down our paths through the day today as spirits that are in a physical world, right? Connected to that spiritual energy, to the divine. And what do we need to know? What do we need to look out for? And how we can move forward. All right. Okay, so hope everybody's week is going well. We're halfway in the week. New moon energy is completely out of the way, and we are headed towards the full moon coming up in early September. I have a reading on that if you want to check that out. That is what I call the moon path reading, and it looks like we're headed towards a pretty incredible full moon as far as energy and potential, so be aware of that. All right, let's just pull a couple cards. I'm going to stick we had a volunteer already. The Knight of Cups. Interesting. Cups have been coming up a lot for me. And it feels like this may be a quick reading. They're just coming out of the woodwork at me. Felt this one as we were shuffling. It's this one. And the Chariot again. Oh. Okay, the Knight of Cups and the Chariot. A lot of horse energy, a lot of things moving, and it's the Knight of Cups is one of the slower knight cards. If you think in terms of speed and energy and rapidity, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles is probably the slowest, and the Knight of Cups sort of takes his time as well. And these are genderless, of course. This is more of a yang energy. Knights are more yang. Kings are a lot more yang energy. And then the queens, of course, are yin. And pages can be both. All right. Anyway, so the Knight of Cups does take his time. It's very romantic, very much in touch with his emotions, so much so that he may go overboard with them and possibly be overly romantic and share too much and try to connect too quickly with someone, which can sometimes stand people off. But they also care a great deal. They're incredibly romantic, and they have a lot of empathy and want to help other people. The Chariot is all about hanging onto the reins, and not hanging onto the reins, but controlling the reins of the energy around you and being a director, the captain, the pilot, the chariot driver, and being able to handle a lot of energy because you're going to be going somewhere. Things are going to be happening. There's going to be a lot of movement today. The Chariot is a major arcana, which tells us that there's a lot of universal influence here. And it's going to be very important that you stay in the driver's seat today with your emotions. The emotions are going to guide you. They are going to be a wonderful sense of how you are feeling. So check in with how you are feeling today and remind yourself, if you need to, that you are in the driver's seat. And if you need to, nights are also about action. And if you need to take action on something, then do so from the heart as best you can, but do pay attention to possibly a sense of overdoing it. So it's a little bit about walking a middle line here between these two cards and the energy of the day. The short message is, this is about feeling. This is about getting in touch with your feelings, but then having the discipline to move with it and to steer it and to drive it and to know what needs to happen next. Not so much know what needs to happen next, but know that you can react as you need to. You can handle those reins and you can control those forces and that energy of these cards. You have a white horse and a black horse. You have the light self, the shadow self. And the driver is very calmly and casually handling all this massive energy as it propels forward. So again, I believe the chariot came up in the full moon reading. And so this is just, I think, more of an echo of that energy as it is building. So look for a busy day today. Look for the feeling of a busy day today. But your job in that is to really lock in on how you are feeling and how you can direct that forward with discipline and bring those feelings to the fore without them coming out as an overreaction or as an impediment to moving forward, because sometimes our emotions can get in the way of wanting to move forward on a dream or on a project or on something that's really important to you. So check in today, check in with how you're feeling, check in with your heart space. A lot of the work that we did towards this past new moon was about checking in with our heart space and how we feel internally and checking in with that heart space spirit connection. So this is a chance to move forward in that and to move forward with those feelings and also hold the reins and keep the chariot steady as we move through the day today, which does look like it could be not hectic. It doesn't feel like it's hectic. It feels like there's a lot of energy here for you to move yourself forward and to take the steps necessary today that your heart has been telling you might be necessary. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at an oracle card as well as a punctuation. Looking just to see if anything else pops up. Yeah, it's very much about dreaming and discipline. How to dream and move forward with these romantic or perhaps, these ideas that may not seem possible, but how do you discipline and move forward and take the steps that are needed? Because the energy is here today to begin that. Okay, let's go ahead. Anything else feels like repetition. So let's see what, these do not want to shuffle. I don't want to go back in. These do. Interesting. This one right here. Punctuation card is inspire. Inspiration. I believe that's a wren, which is a sacred bird of the Druids. So what inspires you, right? That goes back to the Knight of Cups and dreams and inspiration. Find your inspiration. Think about your inspiration. What does inspire you? What inspires you? What moves you? What gets you up in the morning? What gets you going? What gets you doing what you love to do? And it might be a connection of love. It might be an emotional connection. And how can you take the reins on that and continue to move forward with that inspiration, but with a sense of discipline, with a sense of, it's like discipline and care combined. Like the chariot driver isn't reckless. She handles the curves, the bumps, and everything that could possibly damage the chariot, does their best to handle it with ease and professionalism and cool, calm, because they have the skill. They know almost through discipline, they've almost developed their intuition, right? Because they've sat down and they've learned what they needed to learn about driving a chariot. And we all have our life experiences to pull from on this. We know how to sort of focus in on what we want to do. This might be making lists. This might be deciding the next steps for the next few months, sitting down and really charting that course out. and then getting in that chariot and getting going. So it looks to be a really good day, an inspirational day. Make sure you're tapping into your heart energy today, and make sure that you are sitting calmly in the forefront of your chariot. And remember, you're the driver. You have the choice as the spirit in the physical body, as the pilot of the big meat suit. you are the driver. You are the captain. All right. Feels pretty good. I hope everybody has a wonderful Wednesday, and I will see you on Thursday morning's reading. Peace and strength, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.